field, and Phil Garner's starting lineup for Milwaukee this afternoon. Fernando Vina, the second baseman, leads off. Dave Nilsson in left field bats second. Jeff Cirillo, the third baseman, hitting third. John Jaha at first base will bat fourth. Jeremy Burnitz, the right fielder, hitting fifth. Marquise Grissom, center field, bats sixth. Jose Valentin will be the shortstop, hitting seventh. Bobby Hughes catching, batting eighth, and Cal Eldred, the pitcher, will hit ninth. Phillies defensively line up with Scott Rowland at third, Desi Relaford at shortstop, Kevin Jordan playing second today, Rico Brogna at first, Mike Lieberthal catching, Kevin Sefcik in left field, Doug Glanville in center, Bobby Abreu in right. And on the mound, the 24-year-old rookie, Carlton Loewer.
Carlton Loewer is making his fifth start today. He's 2-1 with that high 7.43 ERA. A lot of that happened from his last start against the Yankees in New York when he got his first loss. Only went 4 2/3. He gave up 8 hits, 8 earned runs, walked 3, and only struck out 1. But his control's been pretty good. One thing he's got to do is keep that ball down. See opponents hitting 277 off him. Pretty much the same lefties and righties, and it just comes down to him not elevating the ball, keeping the ball down.
Philly Fanatic dressed in a tuxedo today, and the Milwaukee Brewers kind of abusing Fanatic. Fanatic video will be shown after the game. Highlights were shown before the game. Umpires today, Brian Gibbons calling the balls and strikes. Rich Reeker at first, Sam Holbrook at second, and Jerry Lane at third. Fernando Vina leads it off. He's hitting at .303. 1 ball and no strikes to Fernando Vina, who has a 9-game hitting streak coming into this one. He'll be the Brewers representative on the All-Star team. All-Star game Tuesday at Coors Field in Denver. And Vina extends his hitting streak to 10 consecutive games with a ground ball base hit to right field.
That right there, that base hit came more from speed than anything. Loewer throws him a fastball up and in, with Brogna having to play a little bit shallow on him, guarding against the bunt. He shoots it right past him.
Brings on Dave Nilsson, the left fielder. He's hitting at .274. Birthday wishes today to Ruth Curley of Sellersville, Pennsylvania, celebrating her 74th. Wishes from daughter Dot and from us. Vina goes on the first pitch. It's fouled back. 1 strike to Nilsson. Vina's stolen 12 bases. He has been thrown out 10 times.
He doesn't get the usual lead that a lot of guys do, like leadoff guys that run a lot. He's got both feet firmly on that dirt. Most guys with speed have 1 foot out on that carpet.
Now balls at a strike to Nilsson. Going again. The pitch is low, and Lieberthal can't handle it. A stolen base. Vina is 13th.
It's like a curveball. The Loewer just pulled down into the dirt. It's one of the things that he struggled with last week against the Yankees in his last start, was having command of that breaking ball.
So Vina now at second base with nobody out. 1-1 the count to Nilsson. Ground ball on the right side. Kevin Jordan throws out Nilsson on the play. Vina moves up to third. And it'll bring up Jeff Cirillo. Cirillo is hitting at .309. Homers, he's knocked in 35. Congratulations to the employee of the month here at Veterans Stadium, the lovely Rita Lyons from the first aid room. Rita in her 28th year. First aid room here at the vet. Phillies will keep the infield back with a runner at third base and 1 out. 1-0 the count to Jeff Cirillo. Fly ball right field, should be deep enough to get the run home. Abreu has it lined up. He has a great arm, but Vina has good speed, and he scores. Sacrifice fly by Cirillo, so Brewers get an early run on Fernando Vina's speed. They lead it 1-0. And it'll bring up John Jaha. Belated 52nd anniversary wishes to Bill and Ruth Braun from the Braun children. And for Linda and Wayne Bidding of Newport, Pennsylvania, recently celebrated an anniversary. Scott Rowland fields that ball. Low throw, dug out as always by Rico Bronia, and that'll retire the side. Brew Crew gets a run on one hit. No errors, none left after 1/2. 1-0 Brewers. First half, Terry Francona's starting lineup in the bottom of the first. Doug Glanville center field leads off. Desi Relaford shortstop batting second. Scott Rowland third base hits third. Rico Bronia first base batting fourth. Mike Lieberthal catching hitting fifth. Bobby Abreu in right field bats sixth. Kevin Jordan second base hitting seventh. Kevin Sessick, the left fielder, will bat eighth, and Carlton Loewer pitching hitting ninth. Defensively for the Brewers, Jeff Cirillo at third base, Jose Valentin at shortstop, Fernando Vina at second, John Jaha at first. Bobby Hughes catching, Dave Nilsson in left field, Marquise Grissom in center, Jeremy Burnitz in right. Cal Eldred is the pitcher.
He's making his 19th start of the season. He's 4-5 with that 4.29. He's won his last 2 starts, but prior to that, he was 2-5 with 9 no decisions. He had 6 in a row to start the season, which was a club record. He was at a 1.67 ERA in those no decisions, and so was throwing the ball a lot different then, and now he's changed some things. You see opponents hitting 299, lefties at 278, righties at 319.
One ball and one strike to Doug Glanville, who's hitting at 309. Two and one.
He was throwing more breaking balls earlier in the year and wasn't getting any wins, but he was throwing great, but he wasn't getting the wins. So now he's kind of changed. He's throwing more his fastball changeup, not using his breaking ball as much, and he's got a good one, a good curveball.
He's a 29-year-old first-round draft pick in the June '89 draft. 17 players selected in that draft. He's out of Urbana, Iowa. He's a Hawkeye. Went to the University of Iowa. That was a curveball that Glanville just beat foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Doug Glanville.
Struggling more against the right-handers.
Glanville beats the ball foul. Tied for the major league lead in multi-hit games, 37 of them. Dante Bichette of Colorado, 37, and Alex Rodriguez of Seattle, also 37. Glanville making Eldred work here. Still 2-2. Mary McGovern of Summers Point, New Jersey, 75th birthday wishes from husband John and from us. Another foul ball.
I wish a happy birthday to Marty Miller.
Same guy that dropped the foul ball the other night?
Same one. They say it says 31 years old. I think it's supposed to be 13, isn't it? From his wife Claudine and his son Jake. Happy birthday, pal.
Another foul ball. So Glanville is really making Eldred throw pitches here. Eldred broke in with a bang. He was the Sporting News Rookie of the Year in '92. Has a club winning percentage of 11-2, a club record winning percentage 11-2 in his rookie year. Bounced up the middle. They'll never get Glanville. No chance on that. Once it's over the head of Eldred, see ya. Infield single, Doug Glanville.
It's just a chopper off the mound. I mean, off the dirt in front of the plate. The low sinker looked like her changeup, and he just beat that ball off the dirt. No chance for Vigna at all. He knew it.
Here's last night's hero, Desi Relaford, coming off a 4-for-5 night with 4 runs batted in, including the game winner. Relaford has shown no indication in his series of bunting. He leads all rookies in batting average. Hasn't shown any indication of bunt, but Cirillo at third continues to play him up.
Way short. That really surprises me. I mean, usually with the advanced scouts, they'll say if this guy's showing bunt, but I mean, you give up so much room to that side. It's much easier to get a base hit with a guy playing in like that.
Rich Spence of Quarryville, Pennsylvania, celebrating his 74th birthday this afternoon. His grandson was one of the singers of the national anthem today. Relaford hit by a pitch ball, and the Phillies have their first 2 men on base. Fans are booing, but Eldred certainly didn't want to do that. He's not retaliating for what Desi did last night. Not in this situation.
No, and the first pitch was a fastball in. They're trying to pitch him in. It's pretty apparent there, and he just got this one too much in.
National anthem was sung today by FFH, a contemporary Christian recording artist group. Rich Spence celebrating his birthday. His grandson was in that quartet. 2 men on base, nobody out for Scott Rowland. Rowland batting at .304. Pickoff try at second base, and Glanville gets back. Scott hitting .337 here at home. 10 of his 16 home runs have been hit at the bat. Eldred misses with a curveball. 1 ball and no strikes. Doing nothing. Shirley Candy Tamara Blosh here from Dallastown, Pennsylvania. Celebrating birthdays, they brought Christopher Murphy, who is from London, England, seeing his first ball game. Well hit. 3-1 Phillies out of here. Line drive, home run. Scott Rowland. Phil's jump to a 3-1 lead. Number 17 for Rowland, and that got out of here in a hurry.
Well, that ball just jumped off his bat there. He got that count at 2-0. He's looking for 1 pitch, and he got that 1 pitch.
So the Phillies wasted no time in coming back. Now lead at 3-1, still nobody out. Fastball right there, and he jumped on it. Rico Bronya takes one low and away for a ball, 1-0. Rowland now has 61 runs batted in and 61 runs scored. That's what Michael Jack used to do all the time. Not only drive in runs, score runs. He'd be over 100 runs batted in, over 100 runs scored, and Mr. Rowland is doing the very same thing.
Yes, he is. The other thing too is he'll walk. He'll take his walk. Becoming a lot more disciplined at the plate, getting his pitch to hit, and he's hitting it.
Bouncing ball to second base. Vigna will throw Rico Bronya out for out number 1 of the inning. And it'll bring up Mike Lieberthal, who's hitting at .253. And send along our very best wishes to Joanne Clayton, today. Wife of memory lane Clayton. Joanne will be undergoing surgery tomorrow, and our thoughts and prayers will be with Joanne. 1 ball and no strikes to Mike Lieberthal. Two and nothing. Three balls and no strikes. Eldred does not have a real good strikeout walk ratio. 69 strikeouts, 49 walks coming in.
The base runners per inning is very high.
Walked him on 4 pitches.
Coming in with 109 innings, 129 hits, and those 49 walks you talked about. That's almost 180 base runners, 109 innings.
Pitching coach Don Rowe is going to come out and try to settle down Cal Eldred. Veronia Proyos celebrating a birthday today. And Michael Dombrowski of Bridgeport, New Jersey, celebrating his 89th on this July 5th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Phillies and may not be reproduced nor retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Phillies. Craig Jeffries sitting this one out, and he'll have ample time during the All-Star break to heal that injured ankle. Be ready to go next Friday in Pittsburgh. Bobby Abreu is hitting at .314. And 4 walks last night. He's tied for 8th in the league in on-base percentage. Very high, 1-0. Runners on base hitting at .385. Runners in scoring position hitting .397.
He's really getting disciplined at the plate. That's something that a lot of young ball players, it takes a while. He's showing a lot of discipline up there, getting his walks. That man helped all these guys a lot. This whole offense has been very good.
Al McRae, Phillies hitting instructor. 2 balls and a strike. He had his share of hits in his career. Boy. Balls and 2 strikes to Bobby Abreu. Mike Lieberthal at first, 1 out, 3 runs in here in the first inning. Balls are backing out of play. Eldred has had to throw a lot of pitches here in this first inning. 28 of them, and he only has 1 out. Full count to Bobby Abreu. Runner going. It's a strikeout throw out. So Abreu goes down swinging, and they throw out Lieberthal. Hughes the Valentine to retire the side. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and none left. After 1, it's 3-1 Phillies. Innings, the Phils on top of Milwaukee, 3-1. Leading off for the Brewers will be Bobby Hughes, the catcher, here in the 3rd inning. Hughes hitting at .252. Beats a foul out of play. The Brewers are without their number 1 catcher, who's on the disabled list. Mike Matheny. One ball and 1 strike. Slammed to deep left center field, and that ball's out of here. Home run, Bobby Hughes, his 4th of the year, and it's now a 3-2 ball game.
That ball is going out to left field. I mean, both Rollins' home run and Hughes' home runs were hit well. The wind's going to help it a little bit. That ball, he just got to pitch up and lost it.
And on warm summer days here at Veterans Stadium, the ball does carry.
They wanted that fastball in, and he got it out over the plate. It's one thing, it looks like Loewer has not had very good command of his fastball.
Cal Eldred hitting at .115. Pat and John present. Golden wedding anniversary wishes. Pat and John from Wilmington, Delaware, just recently moved to Hilton Head. Line drive left field, and that Sefcik had to play it on a hop, and Cal Eldred, the pitcher, gets a base hit.
It looks like a changeup. Just that ball came back over the middle, inside part of the plate, down low. I don't know if it's always a good idea to throw change-ups to too many pitchers.
His Whiteness would have said never throw a changeup to a pitcher.
If Porch did it last night with Steve Woodard, but very good hitting pitcher.
1 strike to Fernando Vina.
You see, even there, he wants that fastball away. Lieberthal has to reach back over the middle inside part of the plate, and it's just Loewer's going to have to concentrate on making his pitches. Location is very important.
One to Fernando Vina. He singled and scored a run his first time up. 94th birthday wishes to Dorothy Moore of Newcastle, Delaware, from her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, and from us. Two balls and a strike to Fernando Vina.
Loewer's probably feeling a little bit of pressure too. I mean, this morning before the game, getting a little ribbing from Amaro and Parent, and in a sense, you know, ribbing him, putting a little pressure on him, saying, hey, if we win this game, we're going to be over 500 going into the break. Of course, if we lose, we're going to be below 500. And nobody wants to be below 500 going to the break. And I mean, they're saying it to him, and Gabby was laughing about it.
Chop to shortstop. They'll get 1. They're not going to get the double play on the fleet Fernando Vina. They get Eldred at second base for out number 1. Vina at first on a fielder's choice. 3-2 Phillies lead here in the 3rd. L.A.?
Oh, yeah.
Any shallow thought for the day?
Yeah. How do you know when you're running out of invisible ink?
How do you know when you turn invisible?
Oh, I know.
So there you have it. LA's shallow thought for the day.
You're one of the few people that has seen me invisible.
Dave Nilsson looks at a strike. He grounded out his first time up. Need to be aware of Vina at first. He stole second base in the first inning. And he goes again. Lieberthal's throw is strong, and out at second base is Fernando Vina. Lieberthal or Relifer, that's the 11th time Vina's been nailed attempting to steal. He's among the league leaders in being thrown out.
Loewer just went with the slide step there and gave Lieberthal a good chance. All he had to do is get that ball in the area, and they had Vina. You see, he does. They get him easily. That slide step, he just a half a leg kick, really, and got rid of the ball real quick to Lieberthal, and he came up with a strong throw.
Ground ball to Bronya. Bronya will make the play himself. That'll be it for the Brewers. They get a run on the homer by Bobby Hughes. 2 hits, no errors, none left. We go to the bottom of the third. 3-2 Phillies. Of the third, Doug Glanville will lead it off. Glanville had an infield single his first time up, and he scored a run. Birthday wishes to Marie Ackerman of Boyertown, Pennsylvania. 81 years of age today. 1 ball and no strikes to Glanville. Two and nothing. Point that one through there. 2-1. Ooh, sharply into the Phillies dugout and out of it. Zuber almost got Zuber.
Got his attention.
Got him with a curveball. The ball dropped by Hughes, but he throws out Glanville. Third strikeout for Eldred. 1 down here in the third. Our Pico Energy Power Rankings. Mark McGwire is still leading baseball with 37 homers. Sammy Sosa has 33. Ken Griffey Jr. 35. Alex Rodriguez 27 in the American League. That All-Star Game home run derby should be something at Coors Field. 1 strike to Desi Relaford. Helen and Frank Sarkozy of Alpha, New Jersey, 46th anniversary wishes. 1-1 to Desi Relaford. In the gap and left center field. Grissom will never get that one. Desi will go to second and hang on there as Grissom gets it back to the cutoff man. A double for Desi Relaford, who's coming off a 4-hit game last night. Desi seems to like that number 2 hole.
He's enjoying that there. Gets a pitch middle of the plate up a little bit. Just goes, actually it was off the plate. I mean outside part of the plate. But he just went with it. He's on fire right now. He was swinging about outstanding in that 2 spot.
Brings on Scott Rowland. Rowland hit the 3-run home run his first time up. Curveball beaten foul past John Vukovic. Don Nichols of Atlantic City, New Jersey, 78 today. fly ball right center field. Burnitz has it lined up in front of the warning track, makes the catch, and Relaford will move to third after the catch. Well, that's 2 down with Relaford at third base, and the batter will be Rico Brogna. Brogna grounded out his first time up. Rico's hitting .329 with runners in scoring position. Loyal fan Betty Von Dune of Pensacola, New Jersey's 76th birthday today. One strike to Rico Brogna. Missing high, 1-1. Down the left field line, and Nilsson will never get it. Fair ball. Relaford scores a double for Rico Brogna. And the Phillies lead it 4-2. RBI number 67 for Brogna.
Looked like Rico just reached out and just punched that ball, but it took off his bat. It looked like a bad pitch by Eldred. Rico looking out there, goes that way with the pitch. Ball's up a little bit. Stayed out there. He just punches it out there.
And it'll bring up Mike Lieberthal, who walked his first time up. With the curveball over for a strike. Tony Ace Ballas of King Prussia, 75 today. Wishes from his 5 sisters and brother Jerry. 1 ball and 1 strike to Lieberthal. Now backing out of play. One and 2 to Lieberthal. Brogna at second base. Plays off the low curveball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fouls off a curveball. Fly ball left center field. Marquise Grissom waits and squeezes, and that'll retire the side. Phillies do get a run on 2 hits, no errors, leaving 1. Chris Wheeler joins Larry Anderson in the 4th after 3, 4-2 Phillies.
Scott Rowland got the Phillies going with a 3-run home run. Desi Relaford having another good ball game. What a series he's had, especially out of that 2-hole. Doug Glanville, 2 hits today, 38 multi-hit games. John Jaha leads it off for the Brewers in the 7th. Play-by-play, here's Harry.
All right, thanks, Wheels. Jaha is grounded out, fly to deep right. Takes one low for a ball, 1-0. Good off-speed pitch, had him well out in front of it. 1-1 the count to John Jaha. 4-2 Phils. We're in the 7th inning. On the inside corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carlton Loewer with 75 pitches. Missing. It's 2-2 to John Jaha. Will leave the ballpark. Long home run hitting the facing of the upper deck. John Jaha hits his 7th, and it is now a 4-3 ball game. The Phillies lead is down to a run. So John Jaha, who a couple of years ago, before he had shoulder problems, hit a lot of home runs. 34 of them in '96. Makes it a 4-3 game here in the 7th inning. It'll bring up Jeremy Burnitz, who is struck out and grounded into a double play. He got out in front of a changeup. Another one. No balls and 2 strikes to Jeremy Burnitz. One and 2. Send our best to Harold Flinkman, who's recuperating from an accident. From his son Rob. Rob also wants to send best wishes. Got him with a changeup. So he's used the changeup effectively on Burnitz. 4 strikeout for Loewer, 1 down here in the 7th. He goes down, and Burnitz has struck out twice on that pitch. 1 down. It'll bring up Marquise Grissom. Steve and Roz Flinkman are celebrating an anniversary in a couple of days on July 7th. Wishes from brother Rob and from Dad Harold. 2 balls and no strikes to Grissom. He is flied out to center and grounded out to third. Goes for the first time today. We'll get the bullpen up. Yorkie's Perez is throwing. Lined into right field. It hangs up for Abreu for out number 2. Loewer scheduled to bat second in the bottom half of this inning. So this could well be his last inning of work.
Yeah, and you think that if they can get him through 7 with a lead, take him out, I mean, that's a perfect way for him to go into the All-Star break.
Jose Valentin has struck out, and he has singled to right.
They wanted to get Loewer back feeling a little bit better about himself because he's gotten hit around a little bit the last few times out.
High fly ball. He should be out of the inning. Kevin Sepsic is there. And will retire the side. Brewers got a run on the homer by Jaha. 1 hit, no errors, none left. Stretch time. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 4-3 Phillies. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Mets and the Braves have now gone to the 10th inning, tied at 2-2. Rick Reed and Denny Nagel started that one. Cincinnati has beaten St. Louis. The Cardinals have lost 10 of their last 12. 6-1 final Reds. 2-1 Montreal trailing Florida. Brian Meadows pitching that one for Florida. Pittsburgh shutting out Chicago 4-0. Lou Collier a home run. Arizona and Houston tied 1-1. The other games will be a little later on. In the American League, Tampa Bay, Toronto 1-1. Tony Saunders against Roger Clemens. Chicago White Sox have scored off in the middle innings. They came back to tie Boston 11-11. Yankees leading Baltimore 1-0 in the 8th. Cleveland 7-2 over Kansas City. Minnesota 4-2 over Detroit in the 4th. The other 2 games will be later. Here we are in the 9th inning. Phillies lead by a run. 4-3. John Jaha takes a strike. He has homered in 3 at-bats. Knocked in the 3rd run of the game for Milwaukee in the 7th inning. Mark Leiter trying to notch a 2-inning save here. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jaha. Did he deflect it? I think he did. And Relaford throws out Jaha. That'll be 1-6-3. Nice deflection by Leiter.
Yeah, with the deflection, I mean, who knows what's going to happen. And this one did appear to just go off his glove a little bit, and thankfully right to Desi. It's a slider. Yep. 1-6-3. Right to him.
Brings on Jeremy Burnitz. He has struck out, grounded into a double play, and struck out, and he'll be thinking one thing. Long ball.
Yeah, and he's a dead pull hitter, and Leiter, this is one of those situations where you have to stay away from him. Fastballs away or splitters away. If he hits a home run to left or left center, hey, it's the way it goes.
Guess that David Cohn's outing against us was no fluke, huh? He's shutting out Baltimore.
It was tough here.
Through 8. The only run of that Yankee-Baltimore game was scored on a bases-loaded hit batsman.
Oh, wow.
Scott Erickson hitting Chad Curtis.
Yankees win every way, don't they?
I'm telling you. Let's pause for station identification on the Phil's television network.
You're watching Phillies baseball on WPHL-TV Philadelphia.
1-1 strike to Jeremy Burnitz. Just missed. 2-1. It's 3 balls and a strike. Gotta be careful on this pitch.
Throwing him 2 straight sliders as you look at Grissom on deck. Went fastball, then splitter, slider, slider. Now they go fastball away.
Pops it up foul. Full count.
Here's that fastball away, and that, you know, he wants it even a little further away than that. Because see, Burnitz, look how open his hips are. And that, folks, is a dead pull hitter trying to hit a home run to tie the game. When you see hips open that fast.
3-2 to Jeremy Burnitz.
He's just praying for you to give him something middle in.
Outside corner, Burnitz is called out on strike. Second strikeout for Leiter. 2 down here in the 9th.
Great pitch, Harry, because we're just talking about he's not going to go after a ball away. He doesn't want it out there. And Mark hits right on the outside corner. That's a perfect pitch for a strikeout to a guy who wants to pull.
Brings on Marquise Grissom, who is flied out, grounded out, and lined out to right.
You're going to lock that type of hitter on that kind of pitch.
1 ball and no strikes to Grissom. Back up the middle. Relaford's going to have to hurry. He does. Ball game over. Phillies win by a score of 4-3. Save number 17 for Mark Leiter as the Phillies have swept the Milwaukee Brewers. Fine series. Scott Rowland, a 3-run home run to get the Phils going in the first. Good pitching by Carlton Loewer and by Mark Leiter as the Phils win by a score of 4-3 here at Veterans Stadium, and that'll give the Phils a good way to go to the All-Star break. We'll be back with the totals and a recap for this afternoon's 4-3 win right after these messages.